As if 8 signings in the summer, accompanied by another 6 in the winter, wasn't enough, Todd Boehly now wants Neymar. Todd Boehly and Nasser Khelaifi have met in Paris to talk about the possibility of Neymar joining Chelsea in the summer. Joao Felix's deal to Chelsea all of a sudden takes a lovely twist, and I'm telling you now, Mason Mount fanboys, you're not gonna like it. And finally, Kai Havertz is the new scapegoat now. Jorginho's gone, so everyone's gonna be blaming Kai for everything. Well, we need to talk about the nonsense surrounding Kai Havertz because it needs to stop right now. Let's get in. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys. Standards might have dropped at Chelsea with 2 wins in 14 being acceptable. They don't drop at the Kavkas View. So we've got a jam-packed video here for you guys today to enjoy, to absorb and love. And if you're here at this moment in time, you're here to the very end of the video. So what I need from you guys is 3 things. Number 1, I need you to hit that like button, all right? We need to smash the ting to the point where it says 1,000. Do it now, you will forget. Number 2, subscribe to the channel. And number 3, in the comments below, there is a pinned comment. In that comment is my Instagram. Go follow me there, hit me in the DMs, and ask me any football related questions. This is how we build a community where we can have opinions and not swear each other the way people do it on Twitter. So let's have a nice build of a community. Otherwise, let's get on. All right, we all know why you're here. You're here for the Neymar news, and I'm not gonna make you wait. I'm actually gonna tell you guys straight away. Number 1, Neymar has been having an outlandish season, right? This guy has been amazing prior to the World Cup. He got himself in shape, he was scoring goals, he was making assists, he was joga bonito at his finest. Literally, he was moving like the generational talent that we all know he is. And not only in the Champions League, in Liga as well, he was smashing it. Went to the World Cup, in my opinion, had a decent World Cup, nothing special, got injured. After the World Cup, it's not been good. It's not been good, mate. At all, he has not been good. And now it looks like PSG want to cut their ties with him. Well, that's what sources are saying. Sources, as per Julien Laurent and La Parisienne, I want to excuse my French, reports that Todd Boehly and Nasser Khelaifi have met at the Arc de Triomphe, on Tuesday for lunch, and during that time they discussed 3 topics. Number 1, Hakim Ziyech and why the transfer broke down, and I think this was important for the 2 clubs to mend their fences. We've spoken about this before. Number 2, the Super League. Potentially the Super League coming around, and this time PSG being in and around it. Last time PSG weren't invited to the party. I'm guessing they want to be invited to the party, and Nasser Khelaifi is one of the individuals that sells a lot of shares to UEFA regarding the Champions League rights. He buys a lot of them from UEFA to show on beIN Sports. And I think he owns beIN Sports if I'm not mistaken. And number 3, this is the biggest one of all, Neymar. So Julien Laurent from ESPN is reporting that Neymar is a player that PSG want to move on. Chelsea have held initial discussions to see how they could get the player. Rumors were had in the summer that Chelsea were interested. It would have been a loan deal, but with crazy sums of money. Ben Jacobs has come and debunked this and said that they did not meet. This is not true. I don't know who to believe because Ben Jacobs actually gives a lot of detail. He says they met up with the Emirati of Qatar. They met up with the Bayern Munich cohort, but they did not meet with Todd Boehly and the group from Chelsea. This is interesting because you don't know who to believe because Julien Laurent is very well sourced when it comes to French football. A guy knows everything, everyone, and no matter what is happening, he's always in the loop. So it's interesting. My thoughts are that I don't see this deal happening. Chelsea will not give Neymar a contract unless it's like a deal where it's just related to off the pitch antics, because Chelsea are going in a different direction. Neymar's nearly 31 years old. They do not want to acquire a talent for what, on a 4 or 5 year deal? Taking Neymar after 36 with his quality of life to the point where he likes to party, where he likes to chill, where he likes to enjoy himself. You really think Neymar's going to be in the shape of his life come at 33, 34 years old? I doubt it. Honestly, as talented as he is, as unbelievable player as he is, as excited I would be for him to join now, I don't see this deal happening, and I don't want you lot to get it. Story number 2 is one that I think is very positive, and it is showing inklings of the club moving forward and just evolving as the way we do business. Look, when we got Todd Boehly in, we heard a lot of interesting aspects about trades with players, subsidizing fees, and more importantly, long-lived contracts, right? Contracts that are going to 7-8 years. Well, Chelsea want to get Joao Felix, and we know that, and this has been very evident that Todd Boehly loves him and wants to build a team around him. And to be fair, 3 games in, Joao Felix has been our best player for all 3 games that he's played in. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Yesterday, his finishing let him down. Other than that, it was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Marca in Spain are reporting that Chelsea have recently held discussions with Atletico Madrid to acquire Felix, and more importantly, they are willing to give up Mason Mount. They are willing to offer Mason Mount in a part exchange, maybe even sell him to Atletico Madrid and buy Felix with adding money on top. This deal makes a lot. Mason Mount played his cards too early. I think he believes he was more important to the team than reality prevails. I think him going away to the World Cup really hurt his cause. I think that because the World Cup stopped and because the team went into such a bad, barren run, it really exemplified how not important he is to this team. How, yes, he has got good potential. Yes, he is a player that adds value to the team as a squaddie, but he is not the player that you build a team around. And that in the long run, Chelsea will be perfectly fine without him. And they just need to accept that and get rid of him. That's the reality. Atletico Madrid apparently are not interested in this kind of move, and the reason being is if they are interested in Mount, they'll just pay the money up front. They do not want to give up Felix on a swap deal, and this is common in football. Swap deals don't happen. The one that I always remember, and it just shows how way back it is, it's William Gallas and Ashley Cole. That's the one I remember. That was the swap with cash going to Arsenal for Ashley Cole. Other than that, like, I don't remember many other deals where the swap was involved. Please, in the comments below, let me know if you remember some that I'm forgetting. But other than that, this deal could happen because Mount's days at Chelsea are looking to be numbered. He's either going to have to take a massive pay cut or a cut in the demand that he's saying, because he'll get a raise. He'll either move to another place and get those wages. Liverpool are very interested, and now Atletico Madrid are interested, but it's not in. Alright, so now we need to talk about the final aspect of this video, and it's regarding Kai Havertz. A lot of people don't like Kai Havertz. I understand why you don't like Kai Havertz. He joined us on a big fee, £75 million, and a lot of people just heard generational talent, a generational asset, an asset that is going to be contributing goals and assists. And to be fair, he's been lackluster. Other than the Champions League goal, the Club World Cup winning goal, and his performance in like numerous finals, he's not reached the consistency that you would expect from an individual, right, of his caliber, because he is very talented, we know that. But talent is useless if you're not consistent with it. I'm the first person to say that. At this moment in time, there's this narrative going around now that the reason Chelsea didn't win the game yesterday or haven't been winning games is because Kai Havertz can't fit. Kai Havertz is not prolific, but at the same time, yesterday he didn't have a bad game. He completed 26 out of 30 passes. He had 4 chances created. 2 of them were big chances. On top of that, he had an XG of 0.51, and none of the chances that he had of his 4 shots were poor. In my opinion, he should have won a penalty. We didn't get a stonewall penalty, but people will choose to ignore that because it's easier to criticize someone and scapegoat someone. And one of the things people keep saying is, why are we not playing with a striker? Play Fofana and play Aubameyang. Guys, let me explain something. Graham Potter trains with all 3 of those players. Like, every single day he sees them in the training ground. He clearly does not rate the other. And the reason he most probably doesn't rate the other 2 is because Aubameyang, whilst he's a good finisher, doesn't offer much outside of that. Hence why Arteta got rid of him. Hence why Xavi was willing to let go of him and went and signed Robert Lewandowski at that age. Aubameyang, in his all-round game, doesn't enable others to improve. It's the system's designed for him, and if he doesn't flourish, then the system breaks. So I understand why he's not playing. That Fofana, he's 19 years old from Norway. Yes, he had great goals. Yes, you're seeing some training clips that are getting everyone gassed. But at the same time, he's not ready for this level. And the reason I know he's not ready, because Potter had no problem giving Lewis Hall an opportunity, Chukwuemeka an opportunity, Omari Hutchinson an opportunity, and I can continue naming names. Koulibaly is dropped. Why? Because Badiashile is playing. This is not a favoritism issue. This is an issue that, in my opinion, Potter rates Kai. And whether Kai is repaying that trust is another conversation. But he's not dead, he's not a bum, and you need to get off his back. Because if you look at the chances Felix missed yesterday, if Kai Havertz missed those chances, God forbid Kai Havertz missed those chances, the uproar would have been crazy and people would have been going mad. So stop having unrealistic targets for these players. He's not a bum, but he's not a generational talent. He's just a good player. And for me, I think he makes us better. I think the two that let us down yesterday were Hakim Ziyech and Mudryk. The other two performed. The other two stepped up to the plate. And on another day, Kai gets 1 goal and Mudryk gets and Felix gets 2. That's how good of a performance that was yesterday. It was just a bad result. But it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. We need to beat Southampton this weekend. I can't keep taking L's and draws.